Hello, I'm Ray Titus, CEO of United Franchise Group, and we're here to talk to you about Signarama. Now, Signarama is near and dear to my heart because I started Signarama in 1986 with one store in New York. It was in Farmingdale, Long Island, and I was 23 years old. But I was really fortunate because I grew up with a true entrepreneur, my dad, who started Minuteman Press in the 70s and built that to be a very successful franchise company. Well, my eighth grade school paper was how to start a franchise company, and I was always born and raised to do what I've been doing for the last 36 years, which is build and grow franchise organizations, work with franchise owners, and help them become successful in their own right. And when we started franchising Signarama, about a year after we started it, we have never looked back. We built Signarama up to be the world's largest sign company. And since then, we have 10 other brands that with 1,600 franchisees in 80 countries worldwide. So United Franchise Group is a large organization in franchising that provides all the services and support and training and technology and everything all the different brands need, but we have also brand-specific individuals that work just with the brand, and it starts with the president. And the president of Signarama is my oldest son, AJ. We're a family-run business. I have 3 sons, and they're all in the business, and 3 nephews that are all in the business as well. But AJ was born and raised in the business, basically, and he's been the president of Signarama for about 4 years now, and the team is doing an incredible job. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my son and the president of Signarama, AJ Titus.
Hey, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that introduction of United Franchise Group and all the different things that we've done in the history. I'm really excited to spend some time with you and talk about Signarama, something that's near and dear to my heart. As my dad kind of said, he started the brand 35 years ago, and now we're in United Franchise Group and have multiple brands in countries all over the world. But Signarama is really our flagship brand. That's our brand that started it all. And I've grown up in the business. I've worked pretty much my entire life within Signarama, and now have the blessing of being the president for this is my 5th year as president of the brand. So I'm excited to talk to you a little bit more about our brand today. And without further ado, we'll start with that. So again, name of our company is Signarama. We're a part of United Franchise Group, as my dad already talked to you about. But we've been 35 years in the sign industry. We're definitely the leader in that space in franchising. Now, when we look for a business to invest in as a franchisor, and I'm sure when you're looking for a business to invest in as a potential franchisee, you have to look at the industry. You have to look at what industries are growing, what industries have been growing for a long period of time, and what's that trajectory of success. And that's signs and graphics. We've been doing this for a very long time. And when it first started, it was a smaller business, but the most recent State of the Industry report has it over a $50 billion a year business. And that's really healthy growth. We've seen it over the years. And signs and graphics aren't something that's going anywhere. And typically when we look at the industry, it's made up of craftspeople. It's made up of people who use their hands, they paint, they're really handy, and that's great. But we're really not looking for someone to make signs. We're really looking for someone who's going to be a business owner, who's going to go out, shake hands, build relationships in the community, and work on their business, not in their business. And so we look for business people. Typically also in the sign business, it's not a really great location, not a good business to go to if you're a large business owner. It's usually in industrial locations. It doesn't really look great. So we really look for convenient professional locations where business owners can go to, they can meet people, they can see and touch and feel the products, and they feel comfortable doing so. And we've designed our showroom to look like that as well. We want it to be clean. We want business owners to feel comfortable going and giving their big jobs to us. We're a family-run business. We're privately held. We've been privately held for 35 years. My dad's the CEO, as you got to meet him a little earlier. But I also have 2 younger brothers and 3 cousins that are in the business full time, all working in different positions within the organization. And so we're not looking at franchising as something that, hey, we're building up with a private equity company or building up for something that we're going to sell down the road. We're building up something that my kids will be able to enjoy, and that my cousin's kids and my brother's kids will be able to run the business and work with franchise owners to build long-term relationships. That's what we're really looking at. And that's a cool picture right there. That's the first store in Farmingdale, New York in 1986. My dad didn't get the memo. If you see that picture, he's in the gray suit. Everyone else is in a darker suit. I don't know why he picked the gray suit, but he did pick the gray suit that day. And it was one location. And we're estimating that by 2025 that we should have over 1,000 locations. So we've seen some great growth over the last 35 years. In franchising, you want the secret sauce. You want that model already created for you. And we have an effective marketing strategy that's going to help you be successful between local pay-per-click, SEO, working with your marketing materials and your website. We're here to help you with that effective marketing strategy. We have the marketing materials already created. So all you have to do is change your name on them. You just have to change your location and name. So we have a booklet of all the different types of marketing materials that you can use in your business. This is interesting. I think a lot of people who aren't familiar with the sign industry, they don't necessarily look at it as a repeat business, but we actually see a very high repeat business. About 70% of our customers for our franchise owners get 2 or more purchases or make 2 or more purchases in the year. And I think if you talk to some franchise owners, they'd say it's probably closer to 80 or 90 for a lot of them. So this is a very high repeat business. Let's take a look at some of our products. So we do interior and digital signs, banners and outdoor signs, storefront and monument signs, vehicle lettering and wraps. And yes, that is a boat there as well. So we can do vehicles and boats. We actually had a franchise owner that wrapped a plane at one point, which was pretty cool as well, and a helicopter. We have global accounts. So some of you want to talk about, well, how do I get business? Well, the network is how you get business. So a lot of our franchise owners, they work with other franchise owners around the world to get some of their big projects done. A great example is Thermo Fisher Scientific. We have a franchise owner in the Boston area who closed that deal. And they have something called Day One. And Day One is when all of the locations that they're opening need to be rebranded or updated with the new logo on Day One at the same time. And so they have offices all over the world, in Singapore, in France, in Australia, New Zealand, all over. And so there's really no other sign business that can handle that besides us, because we have locations in all those areas. And so what did the franchise owner do in Boston? He called all the different owners. We provided him with the information. He called all the different owners. He passed that work to them. And that happens all the time with many different large companies, because there's no other sign business or no other sign network that can do something like that on a global scale that we can. And everyone is a potential client. Doesn't matter if you're a school, business, a religious organization, residential, city government. Everyone needs and uses our products. There's signs in every building around the entire world. It's just a matter of who's going to go get the business. And in a franchise, what do you get? I listed a bunch of the different things that you get, but essentially we're here to help you set up the business. And when you go to training, we assume 2 things. Number 1, that you've never run a business before. And then number 2, that you've never run a sign business before. And so we set you up to make sure that you're on the same page with all of these different things that we help you with. For our 2-week training program, the first week is actually virtual. So you'll be doing that from your home or office, where we give you the overview and the basics. That second week, we actually fly you down to West Palm Beach, Florida, where you'll get to go meet our staff, dig into the operations of the business, and really get to see, touch, and feel how to make signs, how to build a business, but really how to run a successful Signarama franchise. And after that, and while that's happening, we actually help you with your store build out. So we're going to assist you in finding the location, building out your location, and really helping you to make sure that when you're done with training, you're going to be close to opening. And your training doesn't end there. So we have 2 other additional weeks of training of marketing, sales, setup of your business to make sure you're operating and running efficiently and on the same page with everything. And so we do that. And you also have the opportunity to be on the job. training with a franchise owner who's been in the business for a long time where you can shadow them. So we have a lot of opening training opportunities, and then you have your ongoing support. So we have regional support offices across the entire country that will help you and your business that's on call. I'm in a couple of these pictures here on some of the traveling I do and visiting franchise owners on a regular basis. Royalty. So, of course, what does this cost me, AJ? What's the royalty? And so, most franchise companies I've seen charge a royalty 10%, 8%. Ours is actually 6%, and it scales down. So, actually, the more business that you do, the less that you actually pay. So, it goes from 6%, 4% to 2%. And so, we want to incentivize our franchise owners not only to build and grow their business, but to make more money along the way. And that's our promise to you. And as I've talked about, UFG, we have a network of very successful franchise brands, and we have an ecosystem that shares work. And we want our franchise owners to work with one another. And so, for instance, if you're a Signarama franchise owner and you want to work with a Venture X, we can connect you. Or maybe you can make the signage for Venture X. Maybe you need an office space and you'll work with Venture X. Hopefully, there's a great Greek in your market and you can go to lunch in that area. So, we want to promote the sharing of business and the sharing of resources, really, at the end of the day. And the bigger our network, the more successful that can be. And we want to help each and every one of our franchise owners take advantage of the ecosystem. We set up local and regional meetings. So we actually have regional meetings. Usually it's either at a hotel or a larger franchise owner's location where we'll send in vendors, we'll send in people to actually network and talk to people. It's a very big part of our business. The community and the networking within Signarama and the family, they do call it the Signarama family for a reason. And we want to make sure we cultivate that and we promote that. We actually have our conference coming up soon in May in Atlanta. We do it with the ISA show. We're really the only sign franchise that gets to do their conference with the International Sign Association. And so we're really happy to do that, but it's the biggest show in the country each year. And our theme for this year is Camp Signarama. So we're looking forward to seeing the family at camp. That's we like to be fun. World Expo. So we just had our World Expo last year in West Palm Beach, Florida. And that's with all of our UFG family. We invite all of our franchise owners. We did it in West Palm because it was our 35th year anniversary. We had some great speakers come and talk to our franchise owners. And it's really a great time to get to know everyone. There's a fun picture right there with the guy in all yellow. He's the Savannah Banana. Okay, so his name is Jesse Cole. He owns the Savannah Bananas, which is a very successful minor league baseball team. You should check it out. It's really cool. He spoke, but also he's signing a banner because Signarama broke the record for most signatures on a banner. So the Guinness Book of World Records. So we're writing the record books there. So this is Bob Chappa. This is one of our franchise owners. He's up in Troy, Michigan. And he was talking about the mass purchasing power and really our work with vendors and bigger clients to help you save as much money as possible. So he actually said the money that he saves as a Signarama owner pays the monthly royalty fee. So he basically gets everything for free. And so that's what we strive to do. We want to give you value for what you pay and give you value for being a part of the Signarama family. We have a great mentor program. This is something that's really close to my heart. My grandfather, JJ, he started the mentor program when he was the general manager here at the corporate office years ago. And this is really a give back. This is franchise owners. They're not paid. This is a volunteer position that they give their time to other franchise owners to help them in what they're doing and help them where they were back in the day when they were new business owners. And so we love our mentors. We have a great group of them. And this is a very important group within our organization. We have a national marketing fund. This is an elected marketing fund position by our franchise owners. It's a separate organization. And they help you with everything from your pay-per-click, your reviews, getting more Google traffic onto your website. They help you with everything you need from a marketing perspective. And then we also do some national campaigns. One of those campaigns was the National Axe Throwing League. We did the World Championship, and that was just in Fort Worth, end of last year. That's the trophy. I'm in that picture somewhere. But it was a lot of fun, but it was also aired on ESPN. And we had some great marketing opportunities with that. So 1 million $129,850. That's our average gross annual sales of a franchise owner that's been in the business 2 years at least and has a full-time outside sales rep. So really that they're following the system the way we've laid it out for them. And so we're really proud of that number, and we're proud of what our franchise owners have accomplished, and they're proud of it too. We recognize those franchise owners who hit that $1 million ranking by going on a trip. And so last year we went to Maui, Hawaii. You'll see some pictures here where we went. We were in Maui and we enjoyed an actually traditional luau, which was pretty cool. I got to go for the first time as well. But that's just really a thank you trip. Thank you for our really high performing franchise owners. And it's hard work. And so at the end of the day, we wanted to reward them for their hard work. We also have something called the Hall of Fame here at United Franchise Group. It is our highest honor that we give to franchise owners. And really, that's one of the awards that we don't give. It's voted on by the initial Hall of Fame owners. So all the owners that are in the Hall of Fame vote on the next class. And so it could be 5 owners, it could be no owners that qualify or get voted on. And so we're really blessed that we have 79 franchise owners that are a part of that really prestigious class. And so you'll see a couple of them there. The Titus Center of Franchising. So my alma mater, Palm Beach Atlantic University, I got an international business degree for my undergrad there. We started something called the Titus Center for Franchising. And this is really a center, first of its kind, that's dedicated to franchising, dedicated to helping students understand franchising, dedicated to helping students become franchisors or buying a franchise or working for franchisees, and educating them on this industry that we all love. And that's based here in West Palm Beach. That's been growing really rapidly, and we're excited and blessed to be a part of that. We've been really blessed over the years with awards that we've won. One of the awards is the Export Award, and this is given by the U.S. Commercial Services. They give out an award for actually exporting ideas, services, things of that nature overseas to different countries. And so we've actually won that award twice, once as Signarama and once as United Franchise Group. And that's really an honor. We were actually the first franchise company to win that honor as Signarama years ago. And here's just a look at some of our other awards that we've won. We're consistently ranked in Entrepreneur's Top 500, Franchise Times 200 Plus, Global Franchise Award finalists. We're a member of VetFran. We have a number of different things we're very proud of, but most of all, we're proud of our franchise owners and what they've accomplished over the years. Now, that's a brief overview of Signarama. I hope that was beneficial to you today. I'm here if you need anything. You can submit some questions. I'm more than happy to get back to you and answer any questions you may have. I hope you've enjoyed the time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.